This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. So in our last class, we have discussed about the banking, how to issue a cancel check and a blank check. So how to issue a cancel check and blank check. This is what we have seen. So if you have any doubt, you please let me know. We will see that. And then after that, we will proceed. Anyone having a doubt, please let me know. First, we will clear the doubts. Then we'll move on the next topic. Okay. In that case, I think there is no one having a doubt. So you have understood about the canceling, how to cancel the check, how to issue a blank check. This you have understood. Now what I am going to do next one is we are going to learn what is post-dated check. Could you please repeat the steps for creating a blank check? Okay. You want me to tell you how to do the blank check? Okay, fine. Suppose if I want to issue a blank check, what I have to do is I'm having a company here. I'll go for a banking. I'll go for a banking check register. We have to go for a check register. Here we will have the list of bank what we are using, whatever we are using for a company. So which bank you will be using, just choose that. So I'll choose this Bank of India. Okay. So if you want to issue a blank check, just go for anything. Okay, suppose I want to issue a blank check of this 123156. This is my check number I want to issue. So when I press a space bar and I go for this alter status and select this blank check, it will show me like this. To do this, you need to enable the allow zero valid transactions, option in the payment voucher type. Like this error you will be getting. So what you will do, what you have to do is you have to go for the gateway of Tally. You have to come back for the gateway of Tally. Go for this alter. From the gateway of Tally, go for this alter option. Then choose this voucher type. After choosing a voucher type, go for this payment. Select this. Then you have an option here as allow zero value transaction. This option you make this yes. Okay. After making this yes, you can accept it. Okay, you can accept it. Allow zero value transaction, you have to accept it. Where, let me show you once again. From the gateway of Tally, you'll go for an alter. You have to choose a voucher type, payment, and here you have an option here as allow zero value transaction. Make this option yes and accept it. After accepting this, now you can go for this banking. Go for this option banking. Check register, select the bank, select the check range, whichever you want to issue as a blank check. Suppose it's 100115. I'll press the space bar. I'll go for this alter status. I'll choose as blank check. See, since I've already enabled, since even though it is showing me like this, only thing is I have to choose a blank check and I have to accept it. It is not allowing me to do. So I have to, because override the company. I'm using many times this same company for many classes. So because of that, I'm having this option. So let me just do this once again. I'll go for an alter, voucher type, payment. This option has already been set to yes. I'll make this option no and I'll accept this. Now again, I'll go to this option. Now we will make allow zero valid transaction option yes and I'll accept this now. After accepting, now we will try this again. Banking, check register, select the bank, select the check range, spacebar, Alt S, I'll choose as a blank check. Even then it is showing me the same option. Okay, I'll just go for some other thing. I'll go for this banking, check register, I'll select this, I'll press the spacebar, Alt S, blank check. I need to reload the system again. I'm sorry guys. Okay, let me just tell you the procedure. I'll select this company. Okay, MCC batch A private limited. This is my company. You need to go for this banking, select this check register, select your bank, then select your range of check. So whichever you want to give it as a blank check, just press a space bar. Just press a space bar, it will get highlighted in a blue color. Then you have to go for this alter status, choose as blank check. When you choose this as a blank check, a payment transaction will open. You just need to enter and accept it. After accepting, where can you see this blank check transaction is? You have to come to this gateway of Tally, display more reports, exceptional reports, optional voucher. Here you can see like this. You just need to enter and accept this transaction. Blank check. Like this, you will be accepting. So this is where you will be seeing the transaction. Let me tell you once again. First, you have to enable in a payment voucher allow zero value transaction. You have to make it yes. After that, in a check register, select the check range. From the status, alter status, select as blank check. Your payment entry will open like this. You don't have to select anything. You just need to press enter and accept the transaction. That's it. After that, where can you see the report is? From this main screen gateway of Tally. You have to come to this display more reports, exceptional reports, and you have a optional voucher. Select this. Here you will get a list of transactions, whatever you have passed. Any doubt again?
No, ma'am.
Mika?
No, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So now there is one more thing called as post-dated voucher. Post-dated check, you can say. Have you heard about PDC? PDC means post-dated check. Have you ever heard about this? Post-dated check means where I'll be giving a check to my customer or to my some person. To some persons, if I'm issuing a check, I'm paying a check, I'm paying a money to some people. Say example, today what is the date? Today is 7th of April. 7th of April is a date. I want to give a check to one of my supplier of a goods. So I'll give him today. But what I will be doing is I'll mention a date very far away. Instead of paying in April month, I might mention the date as 2nd of May, 1st of May, or even the 31st of May. Some far date, 15 days, 1 month later, I'll have to pay. So in that case, if I'm paying a check today, what I'm going to do is I'll give a date which is very far away and I'll give to the customer, to my client. So now what it is when I'm paying a check, I'll go for a voucher. Normally how we will do, we'll go for a bank. We'll select some of a bank, suppose Bank of India. Okay, then I have an option here. Suppose I'm paying to Arun Traders. I'm paying 15,000. 15,000 I'm paying. Let me enter and accept this. This is what usually we will be doing. Suppose if I'm paying a check on 1st of May. 1st of May, I'll give a date as 1st of May. I'm paying through the Bank of India, Arun Traders, 15,000, and I'll accept this transaction. I'll just accept this transaction. This is what usually everyone will do. Even the companies will also follow the same method itself. When a company is paying a check where it is with a very far away date, with a very far away date, even in that case also they'll use this method only. So let me show you once again. When I'm issuing a check, this is of 7th of April. I'm going to issue a check. I'm going to issue a check on 2nd of May. Instead of April, I'm paying in a, today I'm issuing, but I'm going to give it on a, I'm going to mention the date as 2nd of May. Now I'll select this, what type of bank through which I'm going to make a payment. Bank of India. Okay, so to whom I'm paying? For Arun Traders, I'm paying 12,000. Okay, against whichever the bill I want to settle, that I'll select and I'll accept this transaction. This is what usually everyone will do, and every company will also follow this method itself when they are paying a check. But in Tally, they have given one of an option called as post-dated check. Post-dated check. So say I'm going to pay a check on 2nd of May to this Arun Traders. Okay, say I'm paying him 13,000 now. So this, before accepting this, I'll convert this transaction into post dated voucher. So for that you have an option here, see, post dated. You have an option as post dated. Click on this, so you'll get like the status post dated. When I press enter now, against reference, I'll choose the bill which I'm going to settle off. And here, see, in bank allocation screen, PDC issue date, when I'm issuing, today I'm issuing, so 7th of April. Since we are working on an educational mode, it is not accepting. So let's think it as I'm giving a check. I'm giving a check to Arun Traders on 1st of April with 2022. 1st of April 2022, I'm giving PDC issue date. Okay. So when I'm issuing, instrument date, when I'm issuing for the 2nd of May. So why this I'm issuing very late? So I have to give a reason. Insufficient balance, pay later, something. So I'll just give it as pay later. Okay, I'll just give like this, enter, give a narration and accept it. So this is how we will be passing the transaction when we are giving a check later. So it is just a preview. So this is how we will be doing it. So you no need to worry whether we have to pay a post dated check when we work in a company or we should not do. So a simple logic. Okay, post dated check when I'm giving a check to some person on whichever date. So normally how you will make a payment in the same method you make it, but don't change the status to post dated when you will be working in a company. None of the company is following that method. Okay, in real time experience, when you'll be working in a company, you won't be passing this post dated voucher. Still, as a syllabus, when the Tally is given you an option as post dated voucher or post dated check, you can try that. So let me show you once again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to issue a check on the next date, that is on 31st of May. I will issue on 31st of May 2022. I'm issuing a check through this Bank of India. Bank of India. So why this is showing in a red color? Red color. I'm not having a balance in this account. I'm not having a balance in this bank. So still I'm making a payment entry. Because of that, 2,500 extra I paid from the Bank of India when there is no balance. Because of that, it is showing as a red color. That means negative balance. See, when again I try this Arun Traders, 12, I'll just give it as 8,000. 8,000 I will pay, enter, against reference. Now see, again this 8,000 has been added and it has become negative balance. When I receive money to this bank account, automatically this red color will change. It will get nullified. So after this, what you will be doing is you have to change this to post dated. Post dated you need to change. Okay, you need to change this to post dated and you have to accept the transaction. While accepting the transaction, in the status, I'm issuing a check on 1st of April for the date 31st of May. 31st of May. Why I'm issuing? Give the reason here. Later I'll pay. Later payment option. Okay, later I'm going to pay. I'll just give this and I'll accept this. This is what we are going to do in a Tally. But when you'll be working in a company, don't give this as a post dated directly. Just change the date and accept it. That is more than enough. Now we have done this post-dated voucher, post-dated check we have issued. Where can we check this transaction? Where can I see all this report? In that case, from this gateway of Tally. From this gateway of Tally, I'll go for a banking. I have an option here as post-dated summary. Enter on this, which bank you have issued, that bank you can select it. In whichever the month you have passed, that month it will show you. Select that, you can see like this. Okay, if you want to see in some other place, other than this, you can go for this display more reports. Other than banking, you can go for display more reports. Exceptional report, you have optional, cancel and post dated. Select this post dated. Here also you can see. You can change the date also. You can change. I'll just change the period. Instead of date, I'll change the period. Alt F2. That is, I'll give it as April to May. Now whatever the transaction I've passed for the post dated, I can see from here. Okay, post dated. Here also I'm having, and here also have passed some transaction post dated. Both are showing me. Okay, like this we will be passing the transaction post dated. So where can I check? I can check in a banking and also in an exceptional report. So if you want to try with this post dated check, please try it. I'll give you 1 minute. Please try this. Anybody is having a doubt, please let me know. Okay, now let's go for the next one. The next one, what it is showing me in a banking is deposit slip. What it is nothing, just as a report. This is just for a reference. There is nothing important we are going to pass on this. We are just going to see the transaction what we have already passed, just a report. Okay, this is just going to be a report, nothing other than report here. So what and all I can see here, I'll press enter on this deposit slip. I'll select this Bank of India. Let me change the period. It is showing me May month. I was passing the transaction in the month of April. So I'll give it as April to May. So now there is no transaction it is showing me. That means by default this will be showing me check deposit. I want to see the cash deposit transaction. So I can go for this cash. So in Bank of India I'm not done anything. Let's see in a HDFC Bank. Okay, let's change the period from April to May. Even here it is not showing me. I think we have done in the month of, let me change this 1/4/2021 to this period. I'll go for this deposit slip, Bank of India. Let me change the period, April 21 to this. So no. I'll check in the HDFC Bank. Okay. Now see here, I'm going for a banking, deposit slip, HDFC Bank. I'll change the period in which month have passed the transaction. So I'm changing the period from 1st of April 2021. till this 22. I'm changing this. Now there is no check transaction, check deposited into a bank. That I've not done any transaction, so it is not showing. I've done a transaction, that is cash deposited into bank. If I want to see the cash deposited into bank, I can see from this F5. I'll click on this. So these are my cash deposited into bank. So why I'll be seeing this report? Just for my reference, if I want to know how much has been deposited and how I have deposited. So the first one, I'll just go for a print, Control P. Print cash deposit slip, I'll give it as yes, enter. Okay, now I'll go for this preview. Now see how I have deposited the cash. This is what it is showing. This is just for my reference. There is nothing we are going to do in this. If at all you want to keep this as a file, if you want to maintain a file for all your cash deposits transaction, you can take this a printout and keep it in a file. For that reason, they have given this option. So we don't have anything to do with this. So since I have not done any check deposit transaction, let me do one of a transaction for you, voucher. Check deposited into bank when I'm receiving a check, from some person. So I'll go for a receipt. I'm receiving a check to Bank of India, from Tejas Store. From Tejas Store I'm receiving 1 lakh. 1 lakh, I'll press enter against those sales which I've made. Now check, I'll give a check number here, 1 2 3 4 5 6. I'll accept this. I've accepted this. Now we will go for this banking. I'll go for this banking. I'll select this as a deposit slip, Bank of India. See, check transaction, check deposited into bank, it is showing me. If at all I've done a cash deposited into bank, I can change this to cash, so it will show me the cash transaction. This is just for my reference. I'll press escape, Bank of India. This is a check transaction. I'll just press Control P, go for a preview. I'll zoom this. So how much I have deposited, this is just a challan filling details. You can take a printout of this and keep it in a file. Just for taking a printout and keeping in your file, this option has been given. Nothing we are doing in this. This is just as a reference. This is just as a reference. Okay. And the next one, payment advice. If someone is not paying the money, I want to give him a notice saying that you have not paid. Say example. Now what I'm doing here is I'm making a sales. I'm making a sales to Tejas Store. Tejas Store. So what this Tejas Store is doing is I'm giving him a sales. I'm making a sales. I made him a sales, but he has not paid me money. I told him, you make a purchase from me. Within 15 days, you have to pay me. This is what I said him. But after 15 days also, Tejas Store has not paid me a money. It has become 15 days, it has become 20 days, even a 1 month has happened. But this Tejas Store person is not paying the money. So what I will do is, officially, I'll send him a mail saying that, see, see, you have made a purchase from me on so and so date. The purchase value of your goods is this much. You have not yet paid me even after crossing this credit limit days. Even after crossing this 15 days, you have not paid me. Make sure that you make me a payment. This is what I'll be sending him a mail with a warning. As a warning message, I'll draft him a mail and I'll be sending to him. But what will happen if he is not paying me? Okay, if he's not paying me, then what should I do? Okay, then in that case, officially, just for our security reasons, we will be doing a mailing purpose. The same thing, when I'm mailing, I need some attachment of a proof. So sales invoice also I can attach it. If not sales invoice, I can send him a payment advice. I just need to take this payment advice from here. I'll enter on this. Whomever you want, whichever the person you're sending, that persons you can select it. Okay, that person you can select it, whatever the transactions you're making. You can mention this, say so and so bank number, you have not made a payment. Just take this printout, preview. So this is, I'm showing in a preview. I'll show you in the next class how to convert the statement into PDF format. I'll show you in the next class. First we will just learn with the preview itself. So I'll convert this preview, the one which I'm seeing here, I'll convert this into a PDF format. In my mail ID, I'll attach it and send it. So that is what I'll be doing. So you can send from here, they have given here option, but most of the times from the banking option, we won't do a payment advice. We won't be doing a payment advice from this banking, from where I will do the payment advice. Now what I've done, I've made a sales. For sales, I didn't receive an invoice. So what I will be doing is, I'll go for the display more reports, accounts book, sales register. So I made a sales in a February and in the month of March. So I'll select this February. Okay, let me change a period, Alt F2. Alt F2. Okay, February, I'll change this to March also. Now these are my sales I have made. For this, it didn't make me a payment. Now what I will do is, I'll convert this into a PDF format. All these three, I'll convert this into a PDF format. So if you want additional informations to be given here, you can go for this F12. Which are the options you want to show them. So I'll go here, detailed, show bill wise details, show inventory details. Okay, all these things I'll make yes and I'll accept this. So this is what. So you made a purchase. This is my reference number. You made a purchase. Sorry, I made a sales for so and so amount. So and so item I've done. For this, these are the amount which I have not received. So what I will do is, I'll press a Control P. I'll go for preview. So this is statement, sales register. I'll send to the whom? I'll send to Tejas store, saying that these are the sales I made to you for which I have not received the money. This is a payment advice I'm sending to him. Understood? Anyone having a doubt how to issue a payment advice?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then I'll show you one more thing also. Now what I want to do is, I want to convert this Excel, the document which I was showing in a print preview. I'll show you how to convert this into a PDF format. Now, PDF you can convert it, but where you have to save, that you have to decide. So say example, I want to save it on my desktop. So what I will do is, let me create one of a folder on a desktop. I'll create one of a desktop, create it on a desktop, wait. Now, on a desktop, whatever you want, you just create it. I'll just create one of a folder, new. I'll just create it in the name of MCC College. So see, there is nothing in my folder. There is nothing. I have kept it in my folder. Now what I will do is, I'll close this. I've created on a desktop. I'll go for a tally now. Now I want to convert this sales register, which I've made for my Tejas stores. For this person, I have to draft a mail. Along with when I'm drafting a mail, I have to attach some of a proof, whatever the sales I've made. For that, I need to attach the sales register what I've made to him. Now what I will be doing is, the sales whatever I've made, I'll convert that into a PDF format. You have many choices. You can convert into PDF, Excel, JPG, whatever the format you want, you can convert it. So let me do one thing. I'll go for this display more reports, and then I'll go for accounts book, select the sales register. If you're selecting a sales register, you might get so many people, whomever you made a sales. If you want only particular one person's, only Tarun, Tejas stores you want, go for this ledger. Okay, select this ledger, Tejas store customer. I'll select this. Okay, now how much he is spending? 50,000 is spending. So what I'll do is, I'll change the period from April. It was from February, right? It was from February 2022 to this one. So these are the things have made. So see, I'll just draft him a mail saying that these are the sales I've made, these are the amount I've received. Say example, I have this 6,000 and this 6,000 has been received. The balance is pending. In that case, what we will do is, whichever is cleared, whichever is been cleared, this one I want to remove from this place. So what I'll do is, I'll go for the sales, then I'll press Alt R. Control R. You have to press Control R to remove the line. Control plus R to remove the line. It has not been deleted from this list, from the list of the stages to customer transaction. We have hidden it. When I press Escape, and again when I select this, when I give a period from February, okay, from February, when I give this, again I'll get the transaction. I'll just give it as 1/1/2022. I'll give this and accept. See, again I'm getting this transaction. Just you are going to hide this. So Control R and this one Control R. This has been settled. Now I'll just hide this also. My receipt note also, receipt also. I'm just selecting everything. To select any transaction, you'll be using a space. I want to hide this receipt transaction, everything. I'll press a space bar, again a space bar, again a space bar. So whichever I want to hide, that I'll select it. For selecting, I'm using a space bar. Now I'll hide it by Control R. So now what I'll say, these are the things I made a sales of for you. These are the sales. After this, you have returned me your goods. Again, one more sales I made. Total, you have to pay me this much. So now this list, I'll convert this into a PDF format. So how I have to convert it? I'll go for this option, export. I have an option here, export. And the shortcut key for this export is Alt-E. Alt-E. Or you can click on that. I'll choose this current. Then I'll go for this configure. I'm not directly sending, I'm going for configure. So whichever the option you want to make it visible on your statement, that you can make it. I want this details, so press enter. I want the bill wise details, enter. Show inventory details, enter again. Then I'll go for this. So which format I want to convert this, Excel format or some other format. I'll press enter. So I'm having this much formats. Whichever the format I want to convert it, that format I can convert it. So you have delimited Excel, HTML, JPG, PDF and XML. So I'll use PDF format. I'm using PDF format. I'll press enter on this. Then where it will get saved, it will be saved in C drive program files. But I don't know where I'll be saving. For my safety, I've already created one folder on my desktop. Let me save it over there. So I'll press enter on this. I'll go for select from drive. It is showing me this place, but I don't want to save in this. I'll go for select from drive. There is a desktop. In a desktop, I have a folder called MCC College. I'll select this, enter. Now I'll accept this, Control A. Then I'll go for send. Now this will get converted into my PDF format. See, like this. Now what I will do, when I'm sending him a mail, I'll attach this document and I'll be sending. For your details, let me show you once again. Instead of per sales, let me show you something as purchase. I'll just show you purchase. But thing is, we will be sending a payment advices only for the sales people only. For purchases, when you are making a purchase, that person will send us. Now we are making a sale. Just assume that this is for a sales. Okay. I'm giving this period. I'm changing this February 2022 to March. So these are the things I have made. Now I want to remove few things. So whichever I'm going to remove, I'll just press a space bar on that. I'll just remove all the payment entries. By selecting a space. I'm coming down. I'm using a down arrow key. I'm using a space bar. To select this. After selecting, I'm going to remove this. That means I'm going to hide this. So for hiding, I'm using Control plus R. Remove line, Control plus R. Now these are the transaction has happened. So this is the outstanding. Which I'm having. Now what I will do is, out of this outstanding, I'm going to send this to Arun Traders saying that you have to pay me so much of amount. This is what I'm going to send. So let me convert this into PDF format. We will export this. Alt-E, current. Go for the configure. Whichever the option you want to display, just make that. I'm just making this detailed mode, bill wise details, inventory details. then I'll go for this format. If you want the PDF format, select as PDF format. If you want to try with some other format, try with the other format. So let's try with this JPG format. JPG is a format of picture, photo format. So it will be saved into C drive program files. Okay, in this format it will be saved. So I don't want to save in this place. Let me save it into my folder which I have created. Then I'll go enter on this. Okay, here it is showing me I don't have any folder here, so I'll go for this select from drive and I'll choose as desktop. I'll select this MCC college folder, enter. Now after selecting enter, see it has come. So after getting this into converted into JPG format, the name of that file will be daybook. The file name will be in the name of daybook. Now control A, I'll go for send. So see, it is converted into JPG format, photo format. You can zoom it. Okay, let me just close this. I'll close this. I'll show you in the folder now. So this is the folder we have created, MCC College. I'll open this. See, the daybook, JPG, and this is again a daybook, which is of a sales. So let me open this. This is of a sales PDF format. What we have done. This is a purchase one, which we have converted into JPG format. Okay, you can do in any format. So my folder, whichever folder I'll be creating for the safety purpose, I'll keep all my files into this folder. Any doubt in this, how to convert this into PDF format or something? Anybody? If anybody is having a doubt, please let me know. No doubt? Okay, then I'll go for the next one. The next one, what we have is in a banking. The next one, what I'm having is bank reconciliation. You would have heard about reconciliation. What does reconciliation means? Can anyone say? If anybody knows what is reconciliation, can anyone say? Anybody? Okay, if nobody knows, then let me explain you. Reconciliation means where we will be comparing two statements together. We have to compare one statement with another statement to make sure that whether both the statements are matching. Say here, whatever the transaction I'm depositing a cash, I'm withdrawing a cash, I'm transferring a money from one bank to another bank. All these are the transactions which I'm familiar with. These are the transactions that is happening with my notice. With my notice, it is happening. I can see that what are the transactions that is happening in my bank account. But there are few transactions that doesn't happen to my notice. That doesn't come to my notice. What are those type of entries? Then what does this reconciliation means? Now what I will be doing is I have passed the transaction in my tally for all my banking. Say HDFC Bank have done. So many transactions I've done. So now what I want to do is whatever the transaction that I have passed, in my tally, this transaction must be similar with my bank statement also. So what I will do is I'll log into my net banking. I'll log into this HDFC net banking. I'll log in. After logging in, I'll download the statement. I'll download the bank statement. So what I'm doing here for the 3 months, February month I'm having till March. February to March I will download. So 2 months statement I will download. After downloading, I will cross check. Whether all the transaction is done. If any transaction is missing, I need to update. So instead of doing reconciliation one year, what I'm doing is I want to know the closing balance. Okay, the closing balance must match with my bank statement. Whatever the balance I'm having in my tally, the same balance it must be there on my bank statement also. In that case, we will be doing this type of transaction. We will be merging this. Now what I'm going to do is, first thing is I'll come to the gateway of Tally. After coming to the gateway of Tally, I'll log into net banking, HDFC Bank, net banking. I will log in over there. After logging in there, what I will do is I will download the bank statement in whichever the format you feel comfortable. You can choose it. Whichever the format, if you want, you can choose PDF, Excel, whichever format you want, that you can choose it. But if you ask me what can I suggest you to go with the which format, you can download in an Excel format. I'll suggest you to go with the Excel format. Why? Because when we have a lot of transactions, we can't finish all the things matching each and every transaction in one day. In that case, if I'm using an Excel, at least I can highlight the row or a column which I'm doing and I can save it so that next day I can continue from there. But PDF, when I'm doing, I can't highlight also. I can't highlight anything whichever I have done. So in that case, to avoid that, I suggest you to go with the Excel. Now say example, we have downloaded a bank statement. After downloading a bank statement, you can save it in any folder on your desktop. Then what you will do is, from the gateway of Tally, you'll go for this display more reports, accounts book. Then I'll go for a ledger. I'll select the bank whichever I'm going to reconcile, HDFC Bank. Now this closing balance, what I'm having, this closing balance, it must match with my closing balance, that is available balance in my bank. Today, when I log into my bank account, I can see what is the balance that is I'm having. So in that case, what I'll be doing, I'll come to know how much balance I'm having, right? So same way, this closing balance, what I'm having today now, this must match with my bank statement also. Now let me do it for this from February. This is from Feb 2022 to 31st of March. So these are the transactions I'm having. Now I have to match this. Okay, I'm going to match this. So how will I do? Since I'm having only few transactions, that is fine. But what if I'm having lot of transactions? Say example, on 1st of February, here there are few transactions which have passed. The same transaction must also be there on my bank statement also. But you should never get confused. In your Tally, it will be showing a credit balance. This credit balance will be showing as a debit balance in your bank. Okay, this debit balance will show as a credit balance in your bank statement. Why? Because we are a different company and they are different company. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. That is the aspect we will be following. Same format for them also. Whether they are receiving or they are paying, it is their concern whether they are receiving or paying. So our debit will become their credit will become our debit. So it is like this, debit and credit. The one which we have as a debit, they'll be having as a credit. The one which we are having as a credit, they'll be having as a debit. So like this it will be there. So you should not get confused. Okay, suppose say example, on 1st of February there are I have made some 10 transactions. So what I'll do is, I can't do reconciliation together itself. So I want to see this, saying that I'll just change the period from 1st of February 2022 to 1st of February 2022. Now these are the transactions I'm having. So I'll cross check with my bank statement also whether these are the transactions available. So this is matching. On first, this running balance, it will be given one column. Let me show you some of the statement. Let me download some statement. Bank statement image of HDFC. I'll go for this image. I'm just saving this image on my desktop. So like this, you'll be having a transaction. So it's very blurred. Let's see with some other statement in that case. So like this, I'll be getting withdrawal, deposit, and closing balance. So like this, like first date, on this date, what is my running balance? This balance must match with my 1st of February. Then I'll change this for the next date, 2nd of February. Okay, 2nd of February, I'll change this. If I'm having a transaction, it will be displayed. Since I don't have a transaction, I think. So let me just change and see. 2nd of February. So see, like the 2nd of February. So 2nd of February. So suppose this is my 2nd of February. This is my balance 14,000. So this 14,000 must match with my tally. So like this, I must keep matching it. And some cases there will be some changes in a system. Some changes might happen. What it is? Suppose I gave a check. I gave a check to this Arun Traders. I gave a check to this Arun Traders on what? On 2nd of February. He took this check and he went to his bank and he has deposited. After depositing, what will happen is this check date after he deposits, for him, the money will be put it into his account after 2 or 3 working days only. So though I've given a check on 2nd, this will get encashed after 2 working days. So after 2 working days, in the sense, the date will change. So what I have to do, I have to change the date. Suppose 2nd, I've in my tally, I've mentioned as date 2nd, but this transaction in my bank statement, it is showing on 5th of February. So I have to change the date. Since this won't accept the 5th of date, I'll just change to 1st of March. Okay, 1st of March I'll change. Okay, I'll accept this. Now see, while accepting this also, see a check transaction. Here also I need to change this. 1/3/2022. I'll change this and I'll accept this. So like this, we have to change. So there'll be 3 things which we won't be knowing is, which we have to check very carefully. One is check payment. One is check payments. So if you have paid a check, if you are paying a check, so it would have paid on a 15th, it is getting encashed on 17th. The same way I paid on a 2nd of February, it is getting encashed on 5th of February. In that case, I have to open those transactions and I have to change the date. There will be few transactions that I won't be knowing, which is like bank charges, interest. What is this bank charges? What is this interest? In the sense, say every bank have its own rules and regulations saying that I can withdraw a money from ATM 3 times in a month. 3 times I can withdraw money from an ATM. If I'm withdrawing money more than 3 times from 4th transaction onwards, how much ever I withdraw, suppose I'm withdrawing 5,000, 20 rupees will be deducted. Again, next day I'm withdrawing 10,000, another 20 rupees will be deducted. Each and every time I'm making a transaction, when I'm withdrawing a money from the ATM, each and every time 20 rupees will be deducted from your account. Say example, you are having a 16,000 balance. 16,000 balance you are having in a bank account. You are withdrawing 5,000. So after withdrawing 5,000 from the 16,000, 5,000 is withdrawn, and another 11,000 you are having. Out of this 11,000, 20 rupees will be deducted like this. It will be happening as much as time you will be doing a transaction, you will be withdrawing a money. That many times it will be getting deducted. This is one case. Second case is that you have to maintain a monthly available balance. Monthly available balance you have to maintain. So every bank will be saying that you have to maintain 10,000, you have to maintain 20,000. Like this, rules will be there. If you are maintaining a proper balance, properly 10,000 or 20,000, if you are maintaining properly, they'll be paying your interest for 10,000. They'll pay you an interest of 5,000, 500, 200, like this. It will be paid. Okay, like this it will be paid. So you can just take, you have to make the entry for that. Okay, so in that case, those entries how to make. Suppose on this date, on this February, I have this much of transaction. On the same day, I have withdrawn a cash. I have withdrawn a cash from the bank. After I withdrawn a cash 5,000 rupees or 4,000 rupees, when I withdraw money from this bank, they are deducting 20 rupees from me. When they are deducting it, that means from my pocket, the bank has taken 20 rupees. From the company's money, bank has taken 20 rupees. So I have to pass the transaction here. So to pass this, that means from my pocket, they have taken. I'm paying 20 rupees to the bank. From my money, they're taking. Means I'm paying it. When I'm paying it, I have to make what? Payment voucher entry I have to make. So what I have to do, I have to go out of the screen and I have to pass the transaction. So if I don't want to go out of the screen, from here itself, if I want to pass a transaction in the screen itself, then what I will do is, now where my cursor is, I'm into this purchase. I'll go for this go to. I'll go for this go to. I'll type it here as payment. You will be having a drop down list also. You can just type it as payment. Okay. If not, you have here. You have an option here as create voucher. I'll select this create voucher. So payment will get selected. So now I'm paying through the HDFC bank. What I am paying. So here already have a ledger. So I have to select this here as bank charges. So the bank charges ledger I have not created. There is no list of bank charges. In that case, if I have to create it, then what I'll do is I'll use Alt plus C. Alt plus C is used to create. Alt plus C is used to create. Now I will type it as a bank charges. Bank charges. This is my indirect expenses. I'll select this as indirect expenses and now I'll accept this ledger. Now how much has been deducted? 20 rupees, 30 rupees, 50 rupees. So just give that. So I'm giving here as 50 rupees has been deducted. On when? On 2nd of February. Let me change the date. On 2nd of February. It has been deducted. I'll accept this. So it is e-fund transfer. From my bank account directly they have deducted. So it is e-fund transfer. I'll accept this. Okay, I'll press escape. Now see, this 50 rupees has come here. At the same time, for maintaining a proper balance, this bank account HDFC has paid me 200 rupees as an interest. I'm receiving the interest, bank interest I'm receiving. In that case, if I have to pass the transaction, then what I will do? Again, I'll go for this go to. What I'm going to do? Create voucher. What I have to pass? Receipt. I'm receiving 200, so I'll pass a receipt voucher. To HDFC Bank, I'm receiving. How much I'm receiving? Bank interest I'm receiving. There is no ledger I've created. So create, you can use this option. If not, you can use a shortcut key Alt plus C. Alt plus C. I'll just give a short form bank interest. Bank interest. It is my indirect income. Indirect income. I'll accept this. Now how much I've received? 200 rupees. I'll accept this. So even this is through online only they are paying me. So I'll just select it as e-fund transfer and I'll accept this. So when you will be making a reconciliation, when you're comparing your statement, bank statement and your tally statement, you must make sure that whenever there is a check payment, check you have paid it, whether that check payment date is showing the same as in your tally or different date. If there is a different date, open those transactions and change the date. Second thing, if there is any GST or bank charges, 20 rupees, 40 rupees, 50 rupees like that it is showing, then make a payment entry for deducting the amount. And if interest has been paid, For that, you have to make a recipient date. These are the 3 common entries which will be happening in a bank. So those things you have to do. After doing a 2nd of February, again open the 3rd of February, 4th of February, like this every day. Each and individual day you have to open and see it. Along with that, you have to match your running balance also. You have to match your running balance also. So let me just show you. You have to match this running balance. Where is the one more image? Okay. This balance, closing balance, each and every day it will be given. So each and every day balance you have to compare and see. At last, when the March month you're finishing, when you're finishing for the March month, after finishing February whole month or March month whole month you're finishing, in that case, your closing balance as per your bank, as per your tally, both has to match. So I'm just giving you a date 31/3/2022. So after matching both the statement, finally the last day when you'll be checking this balance, this closing balance must match with your this balance. If this is matching, then your statement is ready. You cross check with your statement. This process is called as reconciliation. We have reconciled it. Only thing is we have reconciled. We need to confirm now. So how to confirm, that we will see now. So anybody having a doubt till here, how to cross check, how to view anything? Anything, if anybody is having a doubt, please let me know. If no doubts, then I'll go for the gateway of Tally, the main screen. I'll go for the gateway of Tally. So where I'm going, I'll go for this banking. I'll go for this banking and I'll go for this bank reconciliation. Bank reconciliation. Then you have to select the bank for which you'll be reconciling. So now what I will do is, I've already cross-checked the dates, transaction, what is debit, what is credit, everything I've done. Now I'll come to this reconciliation place where from the gateway of Tally, I came to the banking. From the banking, bank reconciliation I've selected and I've selected a bank. So I'm getting all the transaction here. Now what is the next thing I'll do is, I have to reconcile it. How to reconcile it? I have to mention the date. I have to mention the date here. So each and everything I can't keep on mentioning one by one. So I'll go to this option, set bank date. Set bank date. You have a 3 options. Whichever you want, that you can select it. Instrument date, if you want, you can select it. Or if you want to give a one particular date for each and every transaction, then you can choose this new date. If not, you can go for this option. You can go for this voucher date. You can go for this voucher date. Since I've cross-checked with the voucher entry, with the voucher date, and I've changed the date, I'll choose this voucher entry. You can choose anything. There is no fault in that. But I will be choosing as voucher date because I've cross-checked with as per the voucher date. So I'll select this enter. Now see, all the date as per this, it is changing. This date is capturing here. Okay, I just need to accept it. I just need to enter and have to accept it. When I accept this, when again I open this, I won't be getting any of the transaction. Why? I've already matched with my bank statement. I've confirmed it. The transaction has not been deleted. It is just confirmed that I have reconciled it. That means I have compared it with the bank statement. That is what it says here. Okay, any doubt on this? Guys, you need to reply me.
No, ma'am.
Okay, then that's all with the banking topic. So in this banking, what is more important, let me tell you. So as per syllabus, everything is important. When you are reading, when you are studying this, everything is important. I'm just saying you, when you will be working in a company, the most important part when you'll be working in a company, what you will be doing is passing the transaction. After passing the transaction in banking, what we will be doing is check register maintaining and bank reconciliation. Only this two we will be doing when we will be working in a company. We won't be doing all this check printing, post dated, deposit slip, nothing we will be doing. We'll only do this check register maintaining, how to issue a blank check, cancel check. This we will maintain. And the other one is we will match with the ledger statement and the bank statement. This two we will match and we will compare, give a date and we will accept it. That's all we will do. Okay. Any doubt till here? Anybody?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then let me start the next topic. Will that be fine if I start with the next topic? Or you want me to stop today? It depends on you. If you respond me yes, continue, I'll continue. Or if you don't want, we'll start tomorrow, freshly a new topic. I have to start with the GST, so you have to tell me. Sorry?
Enough, ma'am. We'll start tomorrow.
Okay, then we'll start GST tomorrow. Fine? Okay, Shabana.
Okay,
Shabnam.
ma'am. Thank you.
Shabnam. Okay. Fine then. Everyone take care. Bye for today. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.